welcome back to science. So today we're actually going to start a new chapter. We've been really focusing on social studies the past week, and then yesterday we did a little fun science activity for St. Patrick's Day. So today I want to get back into our science books, and I want everybody to turn in your science workbooks to page 61. And we're going to talk about matter. What is matter? Do you guys know? Well, I'm going to tell you. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. So matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. This notebook is matter. Us, ourselves, are matter. This marker is matter. We have mass. Mass means width. It's the amount of something, how big, how wide something is, okay? And it takes up space. Now, something like air is not an example of matter because we can't see it, we can't feel it, we can't touch it, and it doesn't take up space. Light, is that matter? No. We can't feel it, touch it, see it. It doesn't take up any space. Matter is something that you have to be able to see, feel, touch, and it has to take up space, okay? So when we're talking about matter, we also talk about solids, okay? And a solid is a form of matter, and it can be weighed. It's something that can be weighed and that can take up space. I can put this marker on a scale and I can weigh it, and it'll take up space. Same with this book. However, I cannot put water on a scale, okay? I can put water in a cup on a scale, but I cannot put water itself. So therefore, any liquids are not considered solids, okay? Solids are something that they keep their own shape and size. So if I were to have a pizza, I can cut that pizza into 4 slices. However, if I put those 4 slices back together, I can get the same pizza that I had at the beginning. The shape, the same shape, and the same size, okay? Even though the pizza can be broken apart, we can still put it back together to get its original size. So that is something really important about solids, is that they don't change their size or their shape. We can take something apart. I can cut this book in half, and then the size will become smaller, but if I put it back together, I will still have the original size, okay? So a solid does not change size. You can tear and cut a solid into pieces, but if you put them back together, the solid is the same size, okay? So in our workbooks, we're going to talk about on page 61, I want you guys to put an X next to things that take up space. So all the things that are considered matter. Is sound considered matter? No, so I wouldn't put an X next to it. Rock, is that considered matter? If you think so, put an X. A glue bottle, if it's considered matter, I want you to put an X. Light, if you think light is matter, do not. If you don't think that light is matter, then you don't put an X, okay? So you're going to put an X next to the ones that you think is matter, okay? For A. And then for B, I want you guys to put an X next to the things that you think can be weighed. Can you weigh sound? No, it's not a physical substance. Can you weigh a rock? Yes. You can actually physically put that rock on a scale and it will be weighed, okay? And then for C, which things that you tested are matter? So which one of these are matter? Is sound matter? Is light matter? Is glue matter? Is rock matter? Whichever one of these that you think is matter, you're going to write on that bottom line right here, okay? So remember, matter is anything that has mass and takes up space, okay? Light and sound are not considered matter because they do not take up space. And then I want you guys to flip with me to page 63, which is solids, okay? We just talked about how a solid is a substance that doesn't change its shape or size. It is a form of matter, and it can be weighed, okay? So circle things that are a solid. Is a sweater a solid? Is a horse a solid? Is liquid, orange juice, a solid? Is syrup a solid? So remember, liquids are not solids because we cannot weigh them. They do not take up space in as a substance. They do not take up space. If you put liquid in a cup, that'll take up space. However, liquid itself cannot be weighed, therefore it is not a solid. For part B, circle true or false. A solid does not change shape on its own. That would be considered true, because in order for a solid to change shape, we have to change it ourselves. This book is a solid. It can change its shape. If I rip it in half, it'll change its shape, but it will not do that on its own. I have to do it to the book. Does a solid take up space? Will this book take up space? Yes. A solid does not change its size, its original size. Remember, a solid does not change its original size. And can a solid be weighed? So you're going to write true or false to part B of the question. So you guys are finishing page 62 and 63 on your own. I did say a lot of the answers as we were going through, but I really wanted to just introduce matter and introduce mass and introduce solids as we get into this chapter, okay? So we just kind of going off over simple vocabulary that this science chapter will be about. Matter, to wrap up, anything that has mass and takes up space. A solid, something that can be weighed, something that takes up space. It's a form of matter, okay? So a solid, this is a solid. Water, not a solid. Me, myself, I'm considered matter. The light in the classroom, not considered matter. So that's just to give you guys some examples and to wrap up this science lesson. So you guys are going to do page 62 and 63 on your, 61 and 63 on your own, or finish what I haven't said. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about liquids, okay? And then I'll do something fun for that chapter. All right, thanks guys.